The world we live in feels solid, physical, objective. But when you really look at it, reality behaves less like a fixed object and more like a system. Something running, updating, responding. In this video, I want to explain how reality works through the idea of a simulation, a conscious system, powered by two forces, the white sun and the black sun. The white sun is what we see, the light, the projector. It doesn't store information. It doesn't create the code, it renders it. Light is what makes reality visible. Without light, the world still exists as potential, but it doesn't appear, it doesn't display. The white sun acts like a reader. It reads information and turns it into experience. The black sun is the opposite side of that process. The black sun is the source field, the storage, the womb. If the white sun is the projector, the black sun is the disk, the code, the information itself. It's the heart of the entire energy field, the place where patterns are held before they become visible. Creation doesn't begin in light. It begins in darkness. Not darkness as evil, darkness as potential. Just like a seed grows underground before it breaks the surface, reality forms in the unseen before it's rendered into the visible world. This is the as within, so without principle. The black sun exists at the center of the system, but it also exists within us. And the white sun exists in the sky, but it also exists within us. We are mirrors of the white sun and carriers of the black sun. The white sun splits into 7 colors, the spectrum. Those colors mirror the 7 energy centers in the body, what many traditions call chakras. Each color represents a frequency of experience, survival, emotion, will, love, expression, perception, awareness. White light contains all of them, and we reflect that same structure. But what powers those centers, what moves energy through them, comes from the black sun, the core, the heart of the system. The source field that sends information through the body and into experience. This is why the simulation could technically run without players. The structure exists on its own, but it becomes meaningful only when consciousness is present to experience it. We are not just characters inside the system. We are participants, children of the source, creators inside creation. This is where thoughts come in. Quantum physics already tells us that reality doesn't behave like a fixed object until it's observed. At the smallest scales, particles exist as probabilities, multiple potential outcomes at once, until interaction collapses them into a specific result. Thought works in a similar way. When you think, you generate potential. When you choose, you collapse it. Every thought creates a possible reality path. Some are acted on, some aren't. But that doesn't mean they disappear. In dreams, consciousness loosens its grip on linear time and physical constraint. The mind is no longer fully locked into the main rendered timeline. That's why dreams feel real but different. Fluid, symbolic, slightly off. When you dream, you can experience alternative outcomes. Realities where thoughts you didn't act on play out with small differences. You thought about doing something, but you didn't. You imagined a conversation, but it never happened. You felt an emotion but suppressed it. Those possibilities don't vanish. They remain as quantum potential. Dreaming is like stepping sideways instead of forward, not into a completely different universe, but into a nearby variation. That's why dreams often feel familiar. That's why déjà vu exists. That's why sometimes you dream something before it happens. Time isn't as rigid as we experience it while awake. Time is part of the rendering process. Dreams pull awareness closer to the source field, where time behaves more like a loop or a field than a straight line. This doesn't mean dreams are literal predictions. It means consciousness can explore possibility space. And that's the key. Reality isn't just happening to us, reality is responding through us. The black sun provides the field of possibility. The white sun renders the chosen outcome. And we, as mirrors of both, participate in the process. Thought isn't just imagination. Thought is pre-creation. Not every thought manifests physically, but every thought exists as potential. This is why responsibility matters, why awareness matters, why intention matters, because we are not separate from the system. We are reflections of the light, carriers of the source, creators inside creation. And that's the truth of our thoughts.